A Winter's Tale. There was a Scottish farmer who did not believe in the Christmas story. The idea that God would become a man was absurd. His wife, however, was a devoted believer and raised their children in her faith. The farmer sometimes gave her a hard time, mocking her faith and belief in the incarnation of God in the baby of Bethlehem. "It's all nonsense," he said. "Why would God lower himself to become a human like us? It's such a ridiculous story." One snowy Sunday evening, his wife took the children to church while the farmer relaxed at home. After they had left, the weather deteriorated into a blinding snowstorm. Then he heard a loud thump against the window, then another thump. He ventured outside to see what was happening. There in the field was the strangest sight, a flock of geese. They had been migrating south but had become disorientated by the storm. They were stranded on his farm, unable to fly or to see their way. The farmer had compassion on them. He wanted to help them and realized his barn would give them shelter for the night. He opened the barn door and stood back, hoping they would make their way in, but they didn't realize it would be shelter for them. So he tried to shoo the geese in, but they ran in all directions. Perplexed, he got some bread and made a trail to the barn door, but they still didn't catch on. Nothing he could do would get them into the warmth and shelter of the barn. Feeling totally frustrated, he exclaimed, "Why don't they follow me? Can't they see this is the only place where they can survive the storm? How can I possibly get them to follow me?" He thought for a moment and then realized that they would not follow a human. He said to himself, "How can I possibly save them? The only way would be for me to become a goose. If only I could become like one of them. Then I could save them. They would follow me and I would lead them to safety." At that moment he stopped and realized what he had said. The words reverberated in his head. "If only I could become like one of them, then I could save them." Then at last he understood God's heart towards mankind. He fell on his knees in the snow and worshipped him. Isn't that lovely to think of the Christmas story in this way and see the farmer realizing that God had sent his son into the world to save us? And just a little thought to finish. In our darkest hours, in the saddest moments, when fear and violence and loneliness seem to rule the planet, let us take comfort that we are not alone. Emmanuel, God is with us.